there's some woman out there that you've never met, you've never had a conversation with, you don't know her real name, you don't know anything about her, you just don't know her, right? And just like you don't know her, she doesn't know you. But guess what? In her mind, she's competing with you. You are her competition, but she's never met you before. She doesn't know you. She's never met you. She doesn't know you. She doesn't know anything about you, but in her mind, you are her rival. And this is why I always tell women that you got to be really careful with women, because you're just chilling, right? You're just vibing. But this chick has a major issue with you and you don't even know her. You've never had a conversation with her. You don't know anything about her. But she knows everything about you. And in her mind, you are her competition. Jealous women engage in imaginary competition. That's what they do. They find women, whether it's women on the internet, whether it's women in the workplace, whether it's women in their family, women that they have no type of communication with, and they engage in an imaginary competition with them in their mind. And I know this. Just the other day, I had a woman get on a call with me. I'm thinking that this person is interested in a program, and the whole time she's challenging me on the call, asking me about my credentials and asking me what makes me qualified. Literally booked a call to challenge me or whatever. And the minute I got the vibe, I'm like, let me get off the call. I'm going to talk about this when I go on live, you guys. I don't know when I'm going to go on live. I'll probably go on a little bit later today or tomorrow. But jealous women create issues that are not there because they feel like they will get a form of satisfaction by competing with you. If they can compete with you, they put themselves on the same level as you. That's why I always tell women, do not allow other women to get clout off of you. They can go online and let it spill out their mouth like they have diarrhea of the mouth. Do not respond to them because they want to feel like they are on your level by getting into an altercation with you. It proves to them that you and them are on the same level. Jealous women have created this hierarchy in their mind where they feel like you are above them. And because they feel like you are above them in their mind, they are engaging in some type of competition with you that's not really present. That's why I always tell women to be careful with women. I always tell women, get a license to carry. Because there are crazy women out there, seriously, who are threatened by your presence, threatened by your beauty, and they're just waiting to get in the same room as you so they can physically put their hands on you. They are waiting for the environment, the opportunity where they can physically put their hands on you. But if you listen to my teachings, that's not going to happen because you're going to do what you need to do to protect yourself from them. I was watching Young, Famous, and African, and I noticed on the show that there was this young lady that got on the show and was going back and forth with Zari. Okay. She's a new cast member, and I think her name is Kafilwe. Forgive me if I don't pronounce it right. I believe it's Kafilwe. And she decided that she was going to come up with some imaginary competition with Zari on the show. The problem with women is women are innately jealous, envious, insecure, and they compare. You have to teach yourself as a woman to not be that way. You have to grow out of that. You have to train yourself out of that. You have to groom yourself out of that. You have to coach yourself out of those low vibrational, innate ways that women have. Women are naturally like that. Since they're babies, they're that way. And I've seen 3-year-old, 4-year-old girls in a playpen, and another girl another baby that's 4 years old is in the playpen and she's beautiful, and the other two babies are trying to scratch her up and grab her pacifier from her, trying to grab her toy, throw blocks at her. Women are innately envious and jealous. You have to train yourself to not be that way. But most women are that way. And that's how they navigate life. And I always say this, jealous mothers breed jealous daughters. If I meet a girl with a jealousy problem, I know that her mother is disgustingly jealous, because you teach your kids to be jealous. You teach your child to compare herself to other women. You teach your daughter to get violent with beautiful women. You teach your daughter to compare. Every time I meet a jealous woman, I know her mother's jealous. There's no way that your mom's not. Because your mom, you grew up watching your mom compare herself to her sisters. You grew up watching your mom give the pretty girl in the line at Publix a dirty look. So that's why you're the way that you are. You learned it from your mom. I got it from my mama. I got it from my mama. Yeah, that song is real. When I was growing up, my mother didn't allow me to compare myself to other people. If I came home and I told my mom that a friend of mine had something and I wanted it, I would get smacked across the face. And I would tell my mom, why did you hit me? My mom said, why are you coming up to me asking me for something that you see another person has? Why do you want what she has? My mom was already uprooting that jealousy out. Women naturally are jealous and envious. They're never going to admit that they're that way, but they're all that way. It has to be uprooted out of them. It has to be removed from them. You train your child to be jealous. Jealous daughter, jealous mother. Jealous mother, jealous daughter. So when I was watching the show and I saw how this woman was acting towards Zari, I was disappointed. I'm like, wait a minute. Why are you coming after Zari? Like, what did she do? But when you're a triple threat, you don't have to do anything. Here's one issue that I have with Zari. And Zari, if you ever end up listening to this, I really like you. Not trying to offend you in any way. Or I like what you represent. I like what I've seen. I don't know you personally, but I like what I've seen. I respect triple threats. But I will say there's one thing that I don't like. I don't like the fact that you make the women on the show feel like they're on your level. And why do I say you make them feel that way? You invited 3 women who do not like you to your wedding. It's your special day to celebrate you and your love and your husband, and love is beautiful. Why do you want that kind of energy there? These women were gossiping about Zari at her own wedding. In front of her family, they were talking about her. And saying, oh my God, she's marrying a guy that could be her son. She's marrying a guy that's her son's age. She has too many kids. Why does he want to be with her? That's too much baggage. They were talking like this at her wedding in front of her family. Loudly too, so other people could hear. Why are you inviting women like that around you? You are Zari, the boss lady. You are the girl that every girl wants to be. You are the girl that every girl wants to look like. You have what the women around you want to have. When are you going to start acting like that? You are a force to be reckoned with. You are exclusive. You are not like everybody else. And they should know that. You know what? I'm not even going to go that far. When you don't know your level as a woman, and you allow yourself to be around women who view you as a threat, who view you as a superior, they will run you into the ground. They will run you into the ground. They will make you doubt yourself. They will make you feel like you're not enough. And then, to make it worse, they are going to create issues with you that are not even there. Zari was kind enough to let bygones be bygones and leave the past in the past and say, you know what? I'm getting married. Let me invite these women to my wedding. It's no big deal. Let me invite them. We'll celebrate. We'll get over the past. We'll bond. This is fun. This is love. And they still don't like her. Because the imaginary competition that they've created, they have to keep it going because they're jealous of you. So when a woman is jealous of you, they don't want to be on good terms with you, because if they're on good terms with you, how can they attack you freely? They want to have an issue with you that is not really there. They want to engage in a problem with you. I really hope that next season, Zari wakes up to just how much of a threat she is. And I hope she starts acting like it. Because she's taking it a little bit too easy on them. When you are around people who fear your power, you should be walking in that power at all times. I'm going to give a good example. You guys may not like it. I don't agree with everything that she did, but I'll use her as an example. Evelyn Lozada. Evelyn Lozada was a stunner when she first got on Basketball Wives. She had the beauty, the looks, the body, the connections, everything. Evelyn knew that with the traits that I have, women are going to try to bully me. I know they are. But I'm going to carry a vibe that is so tough that they won't be successful at it. And that's exactly what she did. That's why people say, oh, Evelyn was a bully, and they call her all these things. Did she have some type of bully ways? I don't really feel like Evelyn really targeted anybody on the show without cause. I think that Evelyn retaliated, and the world doesn't want beautiful women to retaliate. They want you to be freely bullied and battered and burnt to the ground. I don't think the world doesn't want beautiful women to retaliate. For Evelyn, I mean, as far back as I could remember on the show, I always just remember her retaliating. I think that a lot of the women knew that she was beautiful and she had this strong energy about her, and they wanted to, in my opinion, bring up her past and bring up the fact that she had a lot of dealings with men and all this stuff. And they wanted to create an issue with Evelyn that was not there. That's the vibe I got. That's the vibe I got. I get the vibe that that's what was happening. At least that's what I saw. Jealous women will always create an imaginary competition with you that is not there. And you combat that by never coming off of your high horse to engage in whatever unnecessary competition that they are trying to create with you. Don't engage. Whenever they go online and try to slander you, don't engage. Whenever they try to come up to you at a party or an event and be disrespectful, just walk away. Don't engage with them, because what they want is they want a problem with you, even though you don't have a problem with them. Jealous women create imaginary competition. If somebody ever comes up to me and says, oh, so-and-so has a problem with you, or so-and-so has this, I always say, she can't have a problem with me. And they're like, why? I'm like, she doesn't know me. I'm not going to entertain mental illness. When you know somebody is mentally unstable and you start approaching them like they are mentally stable, you also have a problem. No woman that doesn't know me can have an issue with me unless she is mentally unstable or demonically possessed. You cannot have an ongoing rivalry and issue with someone that you've never met. You've never had a conversation with them. You don't know their phone number. You don't know anything about them, but that is called mental illness or demonic possession. There's no other explanation for it. And you have to protect yourself so you don't turn into Selena, because it can get to that extent sometimes.